Hi, fourth graders. This is your Language Arts e-learning lesson for Friday, April 17th. We're going to begin by taking a look at grammar, page 122, verb phrases with have. Just like the other grammar skills that we've been doing, these are reviews. Okay, this is a review of verb phrases with have. Let's take a look, and it says, a main verb can have more than one helping verb. The helping verb have is often used with the helping verbs could, would, should, and must. The two helping verbs and the main verb form a verb phrase. So we're still talking about a verb phrase where you have a helping verb and a main verb, only in this case we're looking at two helping verbs and the main verb. We're using have in addition to another helping verb. These helping verbs are often spoken as contractions, so that when we use could have, we often say could have, or would have, would have, should have, must have, must have. Do not use of with could, would, should, or must. This is such a common mistake, and I still see it in some of your writing. It's incorrect to say you should have seen the parade last weekend. No, we're not saying you should have seen it. What you're trying to say is that you should have seen it. You should have seen the parade last weekend. And then when we have it as a contraction, S-H-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E, that's should have, remember that V sound, the V sound. You should have seen the parade last weekend, because what you're really saying is you should have seen it, not you should have seen it. Okay, should have, that apostrophe VE does not stand for OF. That apostrophe VE stands for HAVE, have. So it's you should have seen the parade last weekend. So let's just take a look at a few of these sentences over here at the top of page 123. It says to write the verb phrase in each sentence and then rewrite each phrase to include a contraction. So we're really just going to take a look at what the verb phrase is and then how you write it as a contraction. So the example, bird watchers must have liked this. Well, the verb phrase there is must have liked, and then writing it as a contraction, must have liked, M-U-S-T apostrophe V-E. Number 7, they would have learned about wild geese. The verb phrase in that sentence, would have, made a mess there. Would have learned. There we go, much better. Would have learned. And then if we write that using a contraction, it would be W-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E. They would have learned. Number 8, they could have written about them. The verb phrase, could have written. And then we write a contraction for the could have, and that's C-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E. Number 9, Larry and I must have seen 50 wild geese. The verb phrase there, must have seen. And then we write the contraction for must have, which is M-U-S-T apostrophe V-E. Must have seen 50 wild geese. Number 10, we would have taken some great pictures. The verb phrase, would have taken. Then you're writing the contraction for would have, which again, W-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E, would have. Number 11, I should have checked in the library. The verb phrase, should have checked. And then you're writing the contraction for should have, S-H-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E, should have, should have. And then the last one, maybe I would have discovered a good article. The verb phrase is would have discovered. And once again, you're writing the contraction for would have, which is W-O-U-L-D apostrophe V-E, would have. Okay, so again, you need to remind yourself that when we are speaking using those verb phrases, that we're saying would have or would have. Okay, we're not saying would of. Okay, because remember that that second helping verb is not of. Of is not a helping verb. The second helping verb is have. Okay, would have. Okay, of is not a helping verb. Okay, have is. Would have, should have, must have, and could have. All right, I would like you to take a look with me now, please, page 148. And on page 148, again, verb phrases with have. You will complete all of page 148. Let's take a look at what the directions ask you to do. The first section, write the verb phrases that are in the sentences below. So you simply need to just write down whatever the verb phrase is. Example, you should have seen the lovely sunset last night. The verb phrase, should have seen. So you're writing should have seen. You're writing the complete verb phrase the way it appears in each sentence. In the middle section, the directions tell you to write each sentence using the correct word or words shown in parentheses. However, you do not need to write sentences here. You can just simply write down the correct verb phrase. Okay, so again, in the second part, no need to write any sentences, just write down the correct verb phrase. The first part, you're writing down the verb phrase that appears in the sentence. The second part, you're writing the verb phrase that correctly completes the sentence. The last section, you will follow the directions exactly as they appear down here. If the verb phrase is incorrect, rewrite the sentence correctly. If the verb phrase is correct, write correct. So the same way we have always done this. If the sentence is correct, you simply need to write the word correct. If the sentence is incorrect, you need to write it correctly. Look at the example. Karen must have taken a course in photography. Well, immediately you know that's incorrect because we don't use of as a helping verb. And so it should be written, Karen must have taken a course in photography. So in that case, because the sentence is written incorrectly, you must rewrite it correctly. If the sentence is correct as it is, then you simply write the word correct. Okay, so 1 to 10, just the correct answers. 11 to 15, following the directions exactly as they appear here. In addition to that, you have your spelling city test for lesson 25R. And today in Wordly Wise, you have 12C and 12D. Today, the 12D is to complete the sentences to demonstrate your knowledge of the words in bold. So again, you're completing those sentences in such a way that it shows that you understand what the word in bold means simply by completing the sentence. You're using the word correctly. Okay, and that is all you need to complete today. There is the grammar page, 148, spelling, you're taking the test 25R, Wordly Wise 12C and 12D, and today for reading we will meet together on Zoom to discuss what you have read so far. So no further reading in Fever for today. Again, anytime you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me so that I can help you out. Okay, I'll see you later in Zoom. Bye.